Well, we haven't added to the Guilty Pleasure Fun Song playlist in quite some time, which means yes, it's finally time to learn The Sweet Escape. Surprisingly fun to play, but before anybody makes a run for it, I hope you don't mind if I take just a moment to thank the following people for signing up for the Patreon supporter of the Cause Club: Emily Mayberry, Brent B., and Nick Rusigno. Folks, thank you very, 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 very much for your support. And if you would like to find out what that's all about, the link, of course, is in the description. Capo 1, your bad self. It's not going to matter for the intro or the verse, but it is going to matter for the chorus. And despite the fact that there's a capo on, I'm still going to call this the 13th fret because less math is better. Little 3-note chords, 13, 14, 15. Then a familiar D shape on 13 and 14. Followed by your pointer finger is going to drop by a fret, everything else stays the same, and then one more fret yet. And that's the intro and the verse. That's it. For the chorus, C. Now we're walking down the C major scale where after a B note, you've got two options. You could play this chord, B string first fret, A string second fret. I'm going to opt for G with a B in the bass, just A2 and B3. I'm going to strum from the A string, and my baby E string is muted. Okay. C, whatever you chose, A minor, E minor, now D minor, the chord everyone always forgets, E1, G2, B3 for two measures. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfectly together, followed by G suspended 4. In order to accomplish G suspended 4, one must accomplish Tom Petty G, which I call because Tom Petty always played his G chords like this. Pinky finger on E3, ring finger on other E3, middle finger on A2, and then your pointer finger is available for B1, which is the note that makes G suspended 4, G suspended 4. Tell me, boy, now wouldn't that be sweet? Here we go. C, G with a B in the bass, A minor, E minor, two measures of D minor, G sus4, regular G. The second time is almost the same. G. A minor, E minor, D minor, Sus4, but then E7 before you go back into the verse. I want to point out how really cool substituting G with E7 is the second time in the chorus. Gwen Stefani sings, "Tell me, boy, now wouldn't that be sweet?" which is D. Sweet, she sings in an octave higher, of course, than the guitar's D. Sweet, that one. When you play E7, the note that makes E7 is D. So, sweet, sweet. The D note she sings fits in both chords. Her singing note is the note that ties those two chords, that makes the E7 able to replace the G, despite it being kind of a funny chord to choose. Sweet, sweet. Love it. And believe it or not, those are all the pieces you need to play the song, but when faced with these new kind of funky shapes, those little 3-note chords, it's important to tie it in with something more familiar so it's more memorable, which means that, yes, it's time for another edition of
What's the Lesson Here? Starring Miss Poopadoo.
I don't appreciate being pigeonholed to the chalkboard, you know. Harry, next time you're staying in the van. Okay, take your bad self's capo off. We're going to make this more familiar. If we take our capo off again and move our shape down one fret, what we've got is 12, 13, 14. And since the 12th fret is the spot where the guitar repeats itself, is 12, 13, 14 not the same as open 1, 2? And when you play A minor, do you not have open 1, 2? So in no capo land, what we're really playing here is A minor. In capo 1 land, we're playing B flat minor. But let's talk about A minor now, because again, it's more familiar. A minor. And then we're going to make our little D shape on 12 and 13. Now, since again, 12 is where the guitar repeats itself, is 12, 13, 12 not the same as open 1, open, which is what you do when you have a C chord. There's just more stuff when you play your C chord. So this is a C chord. And the order of the notes in question when we're playing a D-shaped anything anywhere, in this case a D-shaped C, is 5th, root, 3rd. So when we move our pointer finger down 1 fret, we are flatting the 5th, C with a flat 5th in it. And when we move it down 1 more, it's C with a 4 in it. It's a way of playing C suspended 4. So here's a bad way of playing this riff, and it just goes to show how important voicings are. A minor, C, now we're looking for F sharp, the flat 5th of C. I can grab the D string 4th fret. And then C suspended 4, of course, is with the D string 3rd fret. Bad way of playing Sweet Escape. But you hear the right notes moving in there. Here's a better way of playing it, lower down the neck. All right, so A minor, you know, the big bar chord, but we're not going to bother ourselves with the E or the A string. So just D7, G, B, E, 5. And then our A shape, our normal A shape, but on the 5th fret, I'm going to use 1 finger, is C, because A, B, C. And the 5th in this shape is the D string. So now we know all we have to do is flat the D string, 4, 5, 5, on strings D, G, B, and then flat it once more, 3, 5, 5. And here's our slightly more filled up riff. Might be useful if, you know, at a campfire, for instance, you're going to do the intro as the signature way, and then you want to fill it up a bit more once the singing starts. And of course, the advantage to not using a capo is you can reach the yee-hoo more comfortably. That's all I got. You got anything else? No? Okay, thank you so much for being here. I hope that was fun and helpful, and I'll see you next time with more stuff. Goodbye.